All right, let's
Please
talk.
moving
Let's
on.
talk about our predictions. You need me to go east to west, right? Or you said
You can do you can honestly do whatever order you want.
okay.
Start with the Central.
Start with the central. That's no,
Yeah,
I'm
we
not.
we we kind of
I
we went.
mean,
No, we'll start.
swing and a miss.
We'll start in the east. For these. So, again, I think it was
I was wrong.
our first
Uh,
5 shows. We
You
did
got the.
a
You said the Phillies were going to win the division. You're the only one that said that, so you were right.
Oh, are we starting the NL East? I thought we were starting the
Yeah,
Oh,
AL.
AL.
We'll start on the NL East.
Good. NL's better anyway.
All right,
we-
good. I will win.
We definitely had some predictions here. So yeah, I mean, I was victim overall to um picking teams that had over 100 wins, which we got none of this year. I had the Dodgers. We'll get to them. I had them at 110, but I also had the Braves at 102. Their injury situation kind of screwed that up. So like based on me having two teams way over 100, um, my predictions are a little bit, or my win totals are a little bit wonky here, but yeah, I mean, I had the Braves winning the division.
Wow, I really
Man,
had the Marlins finishing ahead of the Nationals.
they got decimated.
Oy.
Hey, we all did. I mean,
No,
I don't. You did.
no.
You did. It's right
Wait,
there.
Wait. Oh yeah, I did.
Your
Sorry.
predictions did. Your whole
Sorry.
argument was that the Nationals weren't going to be
Sorry.
as bad.
No,
not, not,
I
not,
did.
not only did you have that, you had the Nats at 74 wins.
No,
You had the
Almost worse.
Marlins at 77
listen.
wins, like a
Actually,
moron.
to be fair, that pick for the Nationals is actually a little closer than
Yeah,
what we
exactly.
thought it
That's what I was gonna say
From a
From a
because
win-loss total
now,
sense,
there,
yes.
there is two predictions that I am very proud of. The one, of course, the Gritty Tigers getting to the playoffs. I predicted that. Number two, when I said 74 wins to the Nationals, the disrespect I got on that show was wild. I think John was like, "Oh, 60 wins, blah blah, whatever." They made it close, man. I mean, what did they get to? They got to 71. Like I was pretty close to
I
that.
mean, you
was
still
happy with
deserve
that.
the disrespect, but they still outperformed what it looked like they were going to be. I'm just going to take pride in the fact that even though I had the Phillies in second place, I got their win total exactly right. So I know my boys.
Right. Um, yeah, and then I excuse me, I had the Mets at 83 wins, but missing the playoffs. But I remember,
Oh, good. Thanks for putting up the spreadsheet.
I remember talking about them as like, hey, they could get in, but had them barely missing out. And yeah, I don't I'm losing my voice as we speak. I don't remember well, you had the Mets at 500. Okay, I was gonna say
I had the
'cause-
Mets at 500. I mean, I was with you in the sense that I was I wasn't against them. I just thought the Senga injury would hurt them a lot more than it did. And obviously, since they didn't have Senga literally for the entire year except for one game in the postseason, missing him did not really factor in at all. So,
Boys,
kudos to the Mets.
To be fair, how could we have accounted for the OMG Grimace Mets?
That's true. I
Come
mean,
on. We did not factor that into our predictions.
world takeover from them right there. But yes, I'm gonna ride my high horse on that Nationals not being as dog shit as they were, or that you guys thought they were gonna be. And yeah, I mean, I'm that's where I'm taking it. But yeah, the Braves getting decimated by injuries, basically out of the jump hurt a lot for me, I will say.
Oh yeah.
Um, they still got into the playoffs, so we were all right in that sense, but not good for them. All right, AL East. We all had the Orioles winning. Yes, we all had the Orioles.
Yes, we all had the Orioles. What was the Orioles' final record? Because I was the only one that actually might have been right.
Orioles were 91 and 71.
All right, I had him at 93. I was the closest. That's about it.
Did I have him over 100? No, I had him at 96.
I had them. I had them at 98, I believe. Yeah,
90. You both had him at 98. You both had him at 98.
I mean,
I
one thing, we all
thought...
disrespected the crap out of the Red Sox.
We did. We absolutely did. I mean,
we didn't account for the fact that they had so many errors at the beginning of the season. Their ERA was fantastic.
I mean, that wasn't part of the predictions, and that doesn't matter.
I mean, I think what I love about this is that I love that Tyler was really the only one who was high on the Yankees, at least winning wise.
Yeah, no, I was not big on the Yankees. I thought the Rays were going to do Rays things, and then the Yankees were going to fall into their trap offensively that they have the past few years of Judge will get hurt at some point and then everything else will fall apart.
I mean,
the homeless Rays.
Okay. I still thought the Rays were going to do good. I mean, I had them at 88 wins, but yeah, I had the Blue Jays at 85 and then like the Red Sox. Like I remember saying like this is a division where 4 teams can make the playoffs. Obviously was not even close to that, but
hey, you got half of it. 50%.
When I was reading through this and looking at the Red Sox, like, damn, we really disrespected the Red Sox. That's kind of crazy.
What was their final win total? Wasn't it?
That is still not the worst disrespect that you guys have in this whole.
We know what the disrespect is.
The disrespect
it's not
is
even just the one
Dodgers.
that you're thinking of. You guys disrespected the whole Central, like both sides.
I know both leagues.
Oh my god,
horrendous. I mean, heck, I remember the fact that I was like, the Royals are going to do better, but God, I still thought they were going to be a closet team.
Yeah, and 3 teams made the playoffs.
Red Sox were 500. So
yeah, no, we were off by a little bit.
Yeah, I was 10 games off on that one.
I mean, you were a game off for the Yankees, Tyler, so you weren't that far off.
Yeah, the Blue Jays and Red Sox though.
That I predicted somebody would go 500.
Who?
The Blue Jays.
Oh,
that doesn't count. No, sorry. That means absolutely nothing. You get credit for the Phillies winning the division.
Numbers right.
No, you get credit for the Phillies winning the division and the Mets getting 3rd place so far.
So far I'm in 1st place with 2.
Oh God.
I get the bonus point because I got the wins right for the Phillies.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, no, we're having a big dick competition over here. What's happening?
Yeah,
Tyler, you have the smallest
as usual.
Yeah, but easily. Me and John are tied.
I just re-looked at my Central predictions, and boy, oh boy, that's
gonna be a fun one.
Move over to that now. We'll do NL first. This one is pretty brutal. So, we thought the Brewers were gonna suck, huh? I mean,
I still think they're gonna suck. The playoffs proved me right.
I mean, John at 73 wins was even worse than mine.
I'm sorry that they sold everyone and that I didn't account for the fact they would go on this run.
Yeah, I think, I mean that the Brewers we had talked about it for a while. The Brewers were always going to be the worst one we made. We all had them in the cellar in the Central. That was not the case. I will say I'm not taking this disrespect though from Bobby because outside of that, like the order is all screwed up for me. But my win totals are actually pretty close for these teams.
Yeah, we all were fairly close. I feel like
I did have the Cardinals winning the division. Ouch! At 88 wins, but
moron.
They were only 5 games off of that. I was 1 game off.
I had the Cubs lucking into the division.
Yeah, you did.
They would necessarily win.
Yeah, but you and me had the Cubs, but our win totals are close. They're like 2 off.
I had the Cubs at 84 wins. They finished with 83, but I had the Cubs getting the 3rd wild card spot. I had the Pirates at 500. That wasn't close, but I was only 1 game off on the Reds too. So, and I remember saying about the Reds, I was like, they're going to take a step back because 2023 was, a facade of some sort. They're going to take a step back, and they did. So I'm happy about that one. I actually, I don't think this is the Brewers is bad. It's bad, but I don't think the NL Central is as bad as it could have been. I mean, it was another shit show.
We didn't account for the fact that they would somehow power their way through selling that farm. Let's be honest.
Yeah. They did it. But as Will said, they then got to the postseason and didn't do jack shit. So
they sold the brewery and didn't do shit in the postseason.
I will say, I will probably not make the same mistake next year. That's all I'm going to say with them. The proof is in the pudding. And also, this is the 2nd year in a row I predicted the Cardinals to win the division. That reign is over. We're done there. It ain't happening.
I thought they were going to be a 500 team. I could see the holes. I don't know what everyone was getting on their bandwagon
for. It seemed really too old for me, honestly.
The pitching moves did not make sense to me in the end. Everyone was raving
was
about
just a big believer in the Lou,
Yeah, of course.
No, everyone was raving about the pitching moves that they had made, but to me, none of the moves stood out as being good enough. The only one that looked like it could be beneficial was Sonny Gray, and he had his moments throughout the season. But overall, it just seemed like they were betting on getting a bunch of guys to eat up innings. However, when you looked at stats from last season, they got 3 of the top 5 pitchers in hits allowed. Like, that's not a good recipe for success if you want the pitchers to actually perform well.
God, man, it's going to be another weird division.
Their offense is also old. Well, now it's young because the old guys are either gone or might get traded.
Are going to get shipped
and
out.
Hey,
yeah.
Rhys Hoskins.
Brewers,
right.
not Cardinals.
Let's go over to the AL. Another one that's a little bit wonky. Look, all I'm saying,
you guys were close.
all I'm saying is that the Tigers got in, which I've talked ad nauseum about.
Guys,
I know you hate it.
We're starting. Hold on, we have the wrong. Let's start with the White Sox.
Right, you're right.
John was the closest with 59 wins.
Yeah,
and
they had 41.
They had 41.
How many more wins than
they had?
41.
John,
think about that. Think about that for a second. John was the closest one to them at an 18-win difference.
Jesus Christ!
And it's because they were that much worse.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad. I will say, I tooted my own horn about the Tigers. I did have the Twins missing the playoffs, and because I really did not believe in them, and guess what? They proved me right because that was a train wreck in the end.
I love how I just have a
collapse.
bunch of question marks near my stuff.
Yeah, because
nobody knows what you were thinking.
Yeah.
I have zero idea what you had. You know how many times I scrubbed through that video trying to find it today?
I did not have any records. That's the thing. I just picked
No,
them.
you threw them out of your ass, yet sometimes you were actually right.
So far, I'm in the lead
You were
here,
like,
so-
you were literally like,
Oh, so far I'm doing the
Twins are gonna
tally.
make
We're
it.
all tied again. Thanks to
It's
the
not
Tigers.
tied.
Yeah, because of the
get outta
Tigers, we're all
here.
tied.
I
Because
had
of the Tigers making the playoffs, we're all tied.
You guys had the Twins in. I had them out. I had the Tigers in. You guys didn't. Screw
No,
you.
I
That's
have
just
tallies right. No, I have tallies right now. If you got the team right in the right position, if you got their record right, or if you're correct about them making the playoffs. Because
Okay.
of that, now we're all tied
Wait.
because of the Tigers.
Wait a minute. Who
Do
established
we
these
give
rules?
wait. Do we give John the White Sox? I know he was far
No.
off, but
No, we
holy
all got the
Christ.
White Sox. We all got the White Sox. You don't
No.
get
Yeah, but
one
I
for
was
being the
closest.
closest. You only get the point if you were the exact
And
record.
I get half a point.
It's just 21. We're playing 21 here. We're not playing exact here.
That's like that you giving that to John would be like if you threw a pass that
No,
got stopped
we
at the
all got
40-yard line
credited-
and called it a touchdown.
It's
We
like
all
giving
got
the Astros
credit-
the World
No, no,
Series.
no.
Oh wait,
We all got credited for the White Sox because we all had them in last place.
Okay, then what's the score?
Oh, we
No,
all had
that's
eight
all you
points.
need.
that I
We
don't
all have
know
8
how to
points right
play.
now.
We do have to talk about the team that we all absolutely screwed up on, the Guardians. I
Yeah.
mean, we don't know from John's question marks, but I think we all had them under 500. Damn, what a good bullpen does for your team. I had them at 77.
And an offense that showed up for the first half of the season and bits and pieces in the second.
And then this prediction's funny because I remember, I was saying to Will, I was like, man, you're a big Royal supporter. Like, I remember you predicting them in the end. Bro, we were 1 win difference off.
You had me as a big supporter because I was they made so based on my prediction, they had like a 10 game or 10 plus game jump over their previous season, which is huge from a rebuilding standpoint. They finished with 21 games better than they were last year. They had a similar jump to what the Orioles had 2 years ago.
I think what it was too is if I remember in that video, you were like, I could see them like being a wild card team though. Like you were like, it's like kind of
No, not this
unfathom-
year. I was like in a year or two.
I feel like I remember you saying like they could compete, which was like unfathomable because they had been so bad. But it's just funny now looking at the win total. I was like, damn, I really only had them 1 win less, and I was like praising you for the Royals pick.
I know. I was taking it in, but I knew there was a complete lie.
Yes. Oh, that's
just
good.
point out that I
Absolutely
love
gaslighting me.
I love how
Yes.
all of us had the Twins winning the division. They didn't even
Nope.
finish
I-
top
I-
3.
There's
dot,
somebody
dot.
here who did not have them winning the division. A
I'm
smart
sorry.
man.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, can't you read the blurry font in front of you?
Who loves his Tigers
Jesus.
dearly. The Tigers are my AL team going forward, by the way, if that wasn't obvious.
Is that official? Is that?
Oh,
that
that's
like-
absolutely. Dude,
Are you
I'm
buying
like,
a Tigers jersey?
dude.
Yeah, that
First of
Michigan
all-
flag is going to go away for a Tigers one next year.
First of all, dude,
I mean, whoa, hold on. He doesn't need to get rid of the Michigan flag. He just put up the Detroit one next to it.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
get.
he'll
I'm
put a
gonna get
sticker.
him. You know what? For Christmas, I'm gonna get him a jersey that's numbered -0 with gritty tags on the back. That's what I'm gonna do.
love it. I would wear that every day.
I'm gonna get him one that says the gritty kitties.
Yo, shout out Detroit though. Low key, Detroit is a hell of a sports town, and when their teams are doing well, it's electric. The
Yeah,
top,
Fuck your
too bad they
airport, though.
suck majority of the time.
dude,
so
but
it's
the
not.
dude, the Lions are like awesome to watch. The Red Wings when they were good back in the day, the Tigers, like they were the story of baseball. Shout out to Detroit, low key a great sports town. I have advocated more for Detroit than anybody in the world, by the way. So just
You might be
remember
the
that.
only one doing that, by the way.
Just remember that when I maybe visit, one day.
Oh, so
All right.
remember that in 2025 when he throws the Tigers in the dirt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
when he abandons the gritty Tigers. Finally.
Great. Yeah. All right. NL West. This was interesting. I actually forget what win totals you guys had. Okay, we both had 100.
I was correct with the
What does yours
Diamondbacks.
say for the Dodgers?
John is completely out of contention on this one, by the way.
Yeah, he just started rattling off names and was like, I'm done.
I have no idea.
Yeah. And this is
I mean, we all knew the Dodgers were gonna win.
yeah, but I mean I had them at 110 wins, which was I overshot the moon a little bit. But so did Will. So that's okay.
Yeah.
You guys were actually this is the what you guys don't notice, by the way. This is the team that you guys were roughest on with the Rockies, by the way. You guys both had him at 55 wins, and they actually beat you there.
Oh yeah, they did.
They finished with 61.
Yeah.
Yeah, my question marks.
Just by default, your question.
They don't win you
marks
bonus
within
points,
this one.
Travers.
If they did, I would be undefeated, wouldn't I?
I had the
So what you
Diamondbacks.
don't know is that those question marks are made of correct numbers.
I had the
The wild
Diamondbacks at 85, but I also had them in the wild card, which they missed because they choked. So that's
I think you actually said no. I want to pull back something I saw earlier. You made a bold statement during your predictions. You said that this year the MVP competition would come down to Ronald Acuna Jr. and Fernando Tatis.
And damn,
Boy,
if it
did that
didn't.
not work out.
Yeah. And damn if it didn't.
Woof.
I mean, Acuna, give me some slack. He, blew out his knee.
Yeah,
I
did
do think
really
you had
Yeah.
the Padres as a wild card team. I think you had said that though. They were going to be a third wild card team.
Yeah, because I think that night when we were recording was when they got ceased, I think, right? So then
this was actually before the Snell move. So at this point,
Oh,
Snell
okay.
and Cease were not on their teams.
Gotcha.
And before the night before Angel Hernandez retired.
Great.
Might have been minutes before for all we
Our
know.
best performing video, by the way, or at least set of videos. Thanks, guys.
I
Go
had
check it out in the card here.
I did have
Until I
have,
badmouthed apparently Otani.
I am not adding
Yeah,
a
I was
card
gonna
on
say
VOD.
make Bobby do work. Padres I had at 83. John had him in fourth. Will had him in fourth too. Okay. But we had the same win total. Giants I had fourth. Yeah, I mean, it kind of played out. I mean, the only thing was that the Padres were a juggernaut.
Can the two people who have the Giants in third explain what the thought was?
I didn't love the Padres, and that
yeah.
was the main thing. I
thought they
didn't
were
love
too
the
selfish of a
Padres.
team.
I thought they were both kind of decent. I will say, I had different predictions than what are listed when it came to the end of the season when I looked at my own Word document. I had actually had the Padres in third at 85 wins, but when we made our video, I had stated that the Giants were third and the Padres were fourth, so I kept it true to that for this. I had actually, my final predictions had the Padres at 85 wins, they had 85 wins and making the playoffs, and I had the Giants at like 79 wins, and this was after the Snell and Cease moves.
Yeah.
So plus there might have been another one or two smaller things that we're just not remembering because a lot happened at the end there in the offseason. But I was really mixed on the Padres overall, and I thought the Giants were a tad better, and since they had a new manager, that would at least help them get just enough in.
I think the Padres, for me, if I remember, I was like, their starting pitching is what worries me. And again, this was before the Cease trade. So I feel like when that happened, I feel like I did have them in, but I can't remember. But yeah, overall, man, the Padres. I really wish they won that first series against the Dodgers. Like, no disrespect really to the Dodgers, the Padres were just a fun team to watch, and also like, it's hard for us to predict that Jurickson Profar was just going to be like one of the best hitters in baseball this year
For half a
that
season. The other
yeah.
half, he was old Jerkson.
yeah, but there was some questions there, but he stepped up. Tatis, maybe not an MVP candidate, but a
Like
good
the second
season.
half of Full Metal Jacket, right, Will?
Good one, buddy.
AL West to round it out.
Hey, John, defend those Mariners now.
Yeah, can we?
You had them in
Can
first.
see who
I will say this: two things. I'm gonna make fun of John and I'm gonna praise John. John, you had the Mariners in first, like a moron. However, you were the only one that had enough balls to actually put the Angels in last place where they deserved to be.
Okay, I got a funny story about that. So I just watched back the video because this was the division that I didn't have some win totals for. And
Right.
in that video, I swear to God, go watch it back. For some reason, I said, if Mike Trout goes out with a long-term injury this year,
Yeah.
then they're going to finish in last place. And by God, did I put bad juju on Mike Trout?
Oh,
That's
I mean,
exactly
we
what
were
happened.
all.
I don't think
we
with his
were all
injury
in
history, that's
unison.
bad juju.
We were all in unison that we agreed that there was a potential avenue for the Angels to finish in last place. John's the only one that committed to it, though, with his predictions. As in the end, we all should have.
Yeah, I mean, there's the Johnson curse for the Angels.
I just, it was funny because like I watched it back and I was like, huh, that's exactly what happened, huh? The Rangers, I also don't have their win total, but I said on the video that I thought they were going to be a wild card team, which based on the other win totals, they would have had to have been like an 86 or 87 win team.
I don't think I had them making the playoffs.
I don't think you
did
either.
not. No, you did not.
Do I get a point for that?
Sure.
You had the Astros as the no. You had the Astros as a
Wait a
third.
minute. Hold on a second.
Hold on. If we're gonna give points too for predicting
You're changing the rules mid-game.
I said you got points if you got it for a postseason team was in it. You said you wanted points for a postseason team not getting in. That's
We're gonna
completely
have to
different.
start this all over just to recalculate.
we
the
are
points.
It doesn't matter. John already lost anyway.
Oh my God, John, how could you?
It's all my question
know.
marks. They doomed me in the end.
Yeah, it's
they
his
were the
question marks that did him in partially. But
with
yeah.
your super accurate standings here, who had the best predictions this season?
you and me were tied.
Oh my God! Look,
If you want to give a slight edge, it would go to you because I got 2 extra points because I got 2 teams like exactly right in the sense of their records. Other than that, you got the most right in regards of teams and their placement and whether they made the playoffs or not.
Wait a minute, we didn't go over Bobby's picks.
Bobby doesn't submit any; they don't count.
Listen, I was right, and the only prediction I had is that the Pirates were going to have a perfect season. That was literally the prediction I made, and I was completely right.
Tyler, how perfect did this Pirates season feel?
It was perfect until April 1st, and then it was not so perfect anymore.
All right, Bobby, you won for a day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hold on, not for a day. For like how many was
Hill music
they swept the I think they
all right 5 days.
They swept the Marlins to start the season or something. Big whoop. Looking back now,
whoop-de-doo, the team that had no will to live.
I think they won their first like 5 or 6 games, and that's what we were joking.
Yeah, they won their
damn right they did. You want to know
who the only one to call that was?
Right here, buddy.
Right here, we can't even see you in your lair.
Too many other boxes on the screen right now. I'm sorry.
And the producer can't squeeze himself in there.
From turning on a light.
Oh,
but
sure too.
All this. By the way, talking about the Angels, they're not going to finish in last place next year. Now that they have the man.
Dude, they are trying already. Jorge Soler, Scott Kingery, god damn, they are building the Phillies' old farm system and a bunch has-been hitters. I called 2 weeks and everyone's hurt.
Dude, they turned Mickey Moniak around. I know he was the first overall pick.
For 1 season.
Yeah,
he was dog shit this past year.
Logan O'Hara.
I'm going to call that Anthony Rendon continues his slumping ways.
Did he prefer sitting on the bench in a cast and playing baseball?
That he plays 20 games a year and then collects a billion-dollar paycheck, yeah, I can get behind that too. But yeah, that is our predictions that we had, and sometimes it doesn't always work out. Sorry, I'm also reading a message as I'm closing this out here
We
because
are great at multitasking here at BLB because once something pops up, we're like, ooh, butterfly.
yeah, no, it was something that our lovely producer was telling me to tell you guys that we will be doing some off-season stuff. So our season doesn't end here, our videos don't end here, our show doesn't end here. We will be doing some
Worst performances of the season coming up.
yeah, we are doing some awards, which will be fun. We'll be talking
Not a
about the
sponsor.
off season.
We have a big umpire episode coming up
We have-
too.
yeah,
that's gonna be probably our best video. I'm gonna be honest with you.
We have some
Oh, God.
No,
stockpiles.
Angel Hernandez isn't in it.
We
He
have
is.
some
He
stockpiles.
is. He umped the season.
The ump
so
this
he's in
season,
it.
there are numbers for Angel, and they have been crunched.
they
Um,
have been crunched.
we do have some ideas out there. We're gonna also probably do some fun stuff, maybe some tier lists of some random stuff. So make sure to look out for that.
That's what they want to hear, our tier lists again.
Yes, great tier list. But with that,
And we're gonna have Tyler try and steal and break Ricky Henderson's stolen base record.
yes, I
There we go.
am an elite base runner. I can't. But gentlemen, we have made it through a full season of baseball on this podcast. Love it.